Hey everyone, it's Victoria Leone. Welcome to my channel. This is the first of many weekly baby updates. I started doing this with my last pregnancy at 24 weeks. I figured why not do 24 weeks again this time. We do know this is a baby boy, which is so exciting. We do have a name picked out. Unfortunately, I can't share with you guys just yet because my husband wants to keep it a secret for a little bit longer until he feels like it's the for sure name. I'll tell you guys the story a little bit later, maybe in this video or maybe next week. It's so fun, I feel like, to kind of compare pregnancies in a good way anyways, and just be like, oh yeah, you experienced that too. It's so nice to not be alone, or like, oh, how did you deal with this? And so anything I talk about in these videos, feel free to comment if you experience that too, or if you do have questions or anything, because it would be nice to feel like I'm not alone, or maybe help somebody who might be going through something similar, or I don't know, something like that. But anyways, the difference between the first and second pregnancy is just so mind-blowing. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to talk about today. Before I begin, if you are new, I would love it if you would subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Follow along on our journey, and if you want to follow me on social media, I would love that too. So the first thing I want to talk about, the biggest difference that I'm noticing between this pregnancy and my last one. My last baby was a boy as well, so there's no like gender comparison, but you guys, I 100% feel so much bigger. I feel huge. My husband's like, no, you don't even look that huge. I'm like, no. I feel huge. Doesn't matter how I look, like that's just how I feel. And I've talked to other moms too, and see, that's why it's nice to talk to other moms and hear other people's perspectives, because I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. I religiously tracked so much more last time than I did this time. Like I took pictures way more often of every month update and stuff, or at least every couple months. And I have one of Taylor Swift's I have one of Taylor Swift's Lover diaries, and there's a spot in the back where you can do your own journal because it has some of her entries, and then it has an empty space to do your own. So this is my like pregnancy journal book, and I need to write in it more, but last time I like wrote down dates, how many weeks I was. I did full-on measurements and like everything that was going on, symptoms I was experiencing. Yeah, I needed to be doing this again. A lot of time has already passed, but I started this as soon as I found out, so I was only 3 weeks when I started tracking this, and I don't remember exactly how much I weighed when I first started, but I'm pretty sure it was about the same as what I usually am, because I was about 135, and I'm not worried about the weight gain or anything. It's just like the noticeable difference between the two pregnancies is mind-blowing. So last time when I was 23 weeks and 2 days, which I'm 24 weeks and 4 days right now, I weighed at 148.8 pounds. At the doctor's office a couple weeks ago, I was already 165, and that was with clothes on, but I can't imagine that my clothes weigh that much. I looked at the scale and I was like, I am so sure that this is so much more than what I weighed last time. I honestly felt kind of like reassured by how I was feeling. So I'm like, I feel like so much bigger than I was before. Okay, my friends, I took the measurements, so I weighed myself here at home, which would be a more accurate comparison to before. And again, I want to say, like, I'm not worried about it or anything. I'm just doing this for kind of just my knowledge, just comparing from last time and all of that. It's good to gain weight, so really not worried. But anyways, I'm 159.6 right now. I took measurements too, and there's definitely areas that are the same, if not bigger, last time than before as well. So those are my updates. It says that last time I was experiencing like tailbone and like lower back pain at this time, and with this pregnancy I definitely haven't, but my overall exhaustion of my body has been a lot more extreme than last time. I even wrote in this when I was 34 weeks or something, I was like, man, I'm so tired, and I underlined so, and I literally, when I was looking at this earlier, I laughed and I was like, you have no idea. By the time I get to that level, it's gonna be a lot of tiredness, but it's totally worth it. Just the sacrifice willing to make, right? So totally not a big deal. I just thought it was funny that I was like, I'm so tired. But I can't disregard how I was feeling then. I just know that I'm so tired once again at a much earlier stage, I guess. Some of the other things that I'm experiencing this time, I'm definitely feeling lots of kicks, which is so fun. I do love the little kicks. I think I honestly love even more so when you're farther along, so you can really feel the movements a lot more and everything. But I do love feeling like all the little kicks. It's just so nice and reassuring to know like He's doing good in there. Actually, all day yesterday, I was like sort of getting a little paranoid, but still just being like, okay, you just need to have faith, like everything's okay. But he was so quiet, and I thought, well, okay, well, maybe he's just gonna be super active at night. Sure enough, every time I woke up in the middle of the night or anything, I'm like, okay, he is moving so much. He must have just been asleep all day. Something that I think I talked about in the first trimester recap that is going on with this pregnancy as well, which is my eyelashes. Oh my gosh, and my hair. I have been losing so much hair and so many eyelashes. Oh my gosh, so many people mention like how long and pretty my son's eyelashes are, and I joke that like, oh yeah, it's because like I gave him all of my eyelashes, because I like by the time he was born, especially during the labor, I had lost all of my long eyelashes. And in fact, I even watched a video that I posted like 3 or 4 weeks after he was born, and I was like, gosh, yeah, my lashes were like itty bitty, hardly there. I still had them, of course, but they just were so short. I've been trying to keep up on my lash serum, but I've been losing like so many. Like one will get long and then it'll just fall off. A little bit of a challenge, but it's comforting to know that they will grow back nice and strong. I've never heard of anybody else going through that during pregnancy, like hair loss during. I never got postpartum hair loss, so I'm like, I guess it's kind of nice. If I get postpartum this time, I'm like, man, that's gonna be like a double whammy. I'm very thankful for lash serum because I know that that boosted it so quickly last pregnancy. It's just a little tough with the self-esteem, you know what I mean? Because you just already feel like you look so poofy and oh, this side just looks so different. Our bodies really go through a lot of changes. We go through a lot, that's for sure. I want to talk about my last doctor's appointment. Last week I had like just an update, and they're pretty like mundane, I would say, just because everything is going super well, which is something I am so thankful for and grateful for. I don't want you guys to think that I'm not by saying that. They're pretty like quick in and out. Like,
how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Okay, great. Any questions?
Nope, no questions.
Let's listen to heartbeat. Heartbeat sounds good. Any questions? Are you sure?
Nope, nothing.
Okay, bye.
Like that is literally how they've been going, which again is a really good thing. But this last time we did talk about something that happened with my last pregnancy, and I was feeling a little funny about it. Last time the epidural failed, and so I was like, what can we do this time to make sure that it doesn't fail, that it lasts more than 4 hours basically. And she basically just said like, make sure you get the anesthesiologist back in if you want, can make sure that the equipment is working. And I didn't think anything of it at first, like, yeah, okay, we gotta make sure like things are working good. But then I was like, I shouldn't really have to make sure that the equipment is working, you know? It's like, it's an expensive medication to get, so I feel like the machines should just be working, you know? But she did mention that sometimes 1 month, like a lot of them won't work, and then the next month everybody's will be great. So I'm like, wait, what? I don't feel like it's supposed to go that way, but it is something to keep in mind. So if you are getting an epidural and you feel like things are feeling funny, or you feel like something's not working, then be persistent to ask about it and say, hey, I don't feel like this is working, let's figure it out. Ask questions, be persistent, listen to your body. If you feel like something's not working, get somebody back in there to make sure that it does work. That's gonna be our plan for sure. And I talked to my husband already, so we have an understanding, especially since he's gonna be more so my spokesperson. So I remember being pretty out of it last time. Yeah, one of the goals this time is to make sure that it works. Oh, something else I wanted to update you guys on is just like a small issue with the baby. He does have an enlarged bowel. Just his bowel is just a little bit bigger than what they would like it to be. And also he has like a little issue with his heart. But my son Connor had the same thing with the heart, and he outgrew it. It's just like, it's something really small, and they said it's really common, so I don't need to be worried about it. She said that we could go to a city close to us and go and see like a specialist there and get like more detailed tests done and stuff to find out more. We just have like our full faith in God, and we're just trusting that everything is going well. So we asked her, is this an emergency thing? Like, is this something that needs to be acted upon right now? Is it a big issue for the baby? And she said, no, it's likely something that he'll grow out of. Because of that issue, it could possibly mean that he could have Down syndrome. So she asked again if we wanted to get the testing done for that, and we said no. I mean, it's not going to make a difference to us either way. I guess the only benefit would be to be able to kind of plan ahead and do more research, but we do have an additional ultrasound at 31 weeks. So that's coming up here really soon in just under 2 months. So we've just been praying, just having full faith in God still. Like, I honestly am not really worried about it. Definitely am hoping and praying that he just outgrows those things and everything is totally normal and perfect. I would love it if you guys would be praying too. That would mean so much. If this baby does end up having any sort of issue, then we will take it just one step at a time and just trust that everything will be okay. We'll have strength for that situation and it'll all be okay. So that is our plan. I also can't tell you how much more emotional I've been this pregnancy than the last one. Any little thing that like gets to me, I just like kind of need to recollect myself. Heartburn, that's a new one that just started last week. It's interesting, I feel like a lot of the things that didn't happen until third trimester, they're just happening like a little bit sooner. It's just interesting because I distinctly remember heartburn not happening until at least third trimester, if not a little bit into it. I would say besides like the small issues, everything is going really well. This is a super healthy pregnancy. I feel like the overall like more exhausted compared to last time is simply because I have another one to take care of. I feel like I have to get up a lot and I'm cleaning up things a lot. You know, I'm like just on my feet a lot more. So it totally makes sense that by the end of the day, I'm a little bit more exhausted. On another note, we are in the process of getting baby twos. I wish I could tell you guys his name so bad, but we are in the process of getting his room together. March is kind of like our goal of when to start, but I don't know. I talked to my husband last night and I told him I'm feeling like a little bit overwhelmed just with everything that we do need to get done before the baby's here. With it being tax season, we're looking to get a new car. We're not sure if we're gonna keep my Honda or not because with gas prices so high, it might be nice to have a car that doesn't take like major money on the gas. We need to decide about that if we're gonna sell it, and then just of course getting his room together, just getting prepared for him in general. So I feel like there's just so many different things going on. There's a lot of things that we would need to do with the room, like painting, getting a crib for him. I was gonna get like a toddler bed for my son, but I'm pretty sure that his bed is one of those like convertible ones. I think we can just convert his into like a toddler bed. I think it comes with extra parts, which we need to find out where those are, or if it even is that kind of a bed. I don't know, but there's just a lot on my mind. Also, potty training. I've heard that 18 months is like a potential key time to potty train, and I need to wean my son off of a pacifier sometime in the near future too. I just am worried that with bringing home a new baby when he is 18 months old, that it'll be too many things going on, not just for us but for him. Like, bringing home another baby is already a huge change. So yeah, that's another thing I'm thinking about, is when are we gonna make those things happen? Can you tell that I'm a planner? I'm gonna talk to my husband and see if we can maybe get started on a couple of those things early. Feels like time's just going by so quick already, you know? That's kind of the updates for this week. He's definitely a little active boy. Maybe by the next video I can convince my husband to let me tell you guys the name. We'll see. But next video I will definitely tell you guys the story behind the name. I don't know yet if I'll be able to tell it to you, but I'll tell you how we kind of came up with it. So that's like a fun story, I think, anyways. So stay tuned for next week's video. And if you are pregnant right now too, I wish you the very best, sending you super positive vibes, and I hope everything is going well with you and your little babe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my 24-week update. I'm going to show you a bump update now too. Please consider subscribing as well. I would absolutely love that, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.